I'm Michel Desrosiers. It's a pleasure to see you tonight, and it's nice to see a great, good turnout. If I had watched this presentation in 2005, I probably would be passed out somewhere on the floor or jumping out the window, because I'm the kind of guy that doesn't react to looking at my insides too well, but I have, and I will. And here's my story. I'm born in Montreal, raised my family in Saint-Sauveur, skiers, athletes, tried to eat well, live a good life, and everything was going just great. I have a property up in the Laurentians, which is on an island, a building that I built myself over the years. Very proud of it, and I was there one early summer night with my family, and they were leaving to go back to, we're on an island. Everybody has to travel by boat back and forth. So the evening that we finished dinner, everybody got in the boats except me. I was staying, I wasn't working the next day. So I was going to have myself a nice glass of wine, listen to the loons, and have a good night's sleep. And then all of a sudden I felt that I need to urinate. And as Monsieur here just explained, it was like nothing I'd ever experienced before. And it was terrible, it was shocking, and I did probably go into shock. And here I am on this island, 9-acre island, with a couple of loons, maybe a couple of deers, and 5 miles from the water. And what the hell am I going to do? Fortunately, I said, okay, I'm just going to try and take it easy, and I knew some guys would be coming down the lake in the morning because I was doing a project there. So I waited, and they came early, fortunately, and because there was no way I was coming off this island on my own. Got me in a boat down the lake, into the ambulance, off to Senegal hospital, where they took a look at me and they said, "No, you've got to go to Montreal, so where do you want to go?" I said, "Well, I don't know. My wife is Anglophone, she's the one that communicates with everybody. Send me to the Royal Vic." I go to the Royal Vic. I go in there, and I meet Dr. El-Hilali, wonderful man, very highly recommended. He says, "Okay, we have to do a cystoscopy." I said, "What's a cystoscopy?" He said, "Well, that's when we put this thing in your I said, "Are you nuts? I can't do that. I can't do that. This is crazy." He said, "Look," he said, "this is what we have to do." I said, "Well, give me a Valium or something. Let me try and do it." I got through it. Sure enough, they came up with the results shortly after and said, "We have to remove a kidney. You have cancer in the kidney." So I'm walking out of the Royal Vic that day, and I again, and just in a daze. Okay, call my wife and call a couple of my close personal friends, and that's the first thing that I think anybody should do, is talk to your close ones. And they organized the operation for, this was it must have been early July, was for the end of August or September. Fine. Go in, I'm ready for it, go through the procedure, they remove the kidney, everybody's happy with it, I'm out. Come back, I forget what period of time it took to take before I had to go back to my next test. Go back to the next one, they do a test, they said, "Oh, you've got bladder cancer." I said, "Oh, flippin' wonderful, this is just getting better." Because people always were saying to me, it's only 10% of the people have this, and only 10%. I said, "Well, how come I'm always the 10%? It just doesn't make sense." Anyway, we went through all kinds of procedures at the Royal Vic. I don't know how many. If they were giving out air miles, I was the guy. I'd be flying around the world. I was in there so often. It was crazy. So I went through that for several procedures in there. Let me know if I'm running over my time. Several procedures there. They couldn't seem to get control of these tumors. They keep coming back. I kept going back there. Go and get some treatment. They'd see if that worked, and they'd go back again, and back again, and back again. finally they said, you're going to the Montreal General. Okay, go to the Montreal General. My wife had cancer at the same time. I'm saying 10% again, and I'm saying this is terrific, you know. And anyway, this is what I had to deal with, and it ended up like she was getting treatment at the Montreal General. I was being treated at the Royal Vic. We were meeting halfway. She would come to mine, I would go to hers, and then we'd go home and have supper and you know, start over again. I was like, and I'm sure a lot of you or some of you are thinking, what is this nightmare? You know, this is ridiculous. Anyway, she got through her stuff, she's fine now. I went to, I was in Dr. Tanguay's care at the Montreal General. Same thing. Procedure, treatment, procedure, treatment, procedure, treatment. This went on for, I think, almost 5 years. And it was taxing, to say the least. And the good thing about it is that at the end, towards the end of the fifth year, the doctors were saying, hey, they were going to remove my bladder. They made a schedule. They were going to remove my bladder if things didn't improve. They said, we're going to give you one last shot of whatever it was. Somebody else can tell you what that was, I don't know. But they started to reduce the number of tumors. So they said, okay, we're not going to pull the plug right now. It's kind of a funny expression, but we're not going to remove your bladder. We're going to try one more treatment, and if that works, let's go. It worked. It worked. The next thing I know, I'm on a plane to Italy. I'm going to Tuscany, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And I mean, since that time, I'm clear. And the thing is that it took a lot of strength from within, from my family, from my friends. I made a lot of friends at the hospitals. A couple are sitting right here. On a créé une certaine amitié, if you understand what I mean. Carmen, Helen, Dr. Kazouf, Dr. Tanguay, all this. But all this is just to say that, you know, do not despair. We hit bottom sometimes, but we also can bounce back very strongly. I'm back at work feeling 100%. Have my youngest son working with me. We're making money. We're having a great time. Anyway, I wish them all the best for all of you, and keep it up. Have a good evening.